So yeah, yesterday I went to Jodhpur and I came late. I couldn't make video. So my 4 days video that I'm posting today, and I got some books. I got my Oxford dictionary and some newspaper. So I think for now this is enough for me. And when I will have finished these books, I will bring some new books from Jodhpur. Actually, I have quite many books, but some of them even I haven't touched once. Even I haven't read one page of them. So I think right now, as I'm making videos and I'm doing this task, so maybe I'm get an opportunity to read them as well. And then I read an article that was about you know India and Pakistan relationships, and it was about the Indus Water Treaty. So I read about it in newspaper. So actually, uh, Indus Water Treaty is like agreement between India and Pakistan to share the waters of six rivers of Indus Basin. So the three rivers are the western rivers and three are the eastern rivers. The western rivers like Chenab, Jhelum, and Indus. These are the western rivers. And eastern are Ravi, Satluj, and Bias. So these are the eastern rivers. So in that treaty, it was decided that Pakistan will use western rivers water and India will use eastern rivers water. So these there were six rivers and it was divided by two. Like three, you will use three of them. We will use three of them. And this treaty happened in 1960 between India and Pakistan. When from Indian side it was Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, and from Pakistan side it was Ayub Khan. Uh, but actually, that time or even now, like the water flow, we talk about the water flow in whole Indus Basin. These western rivers carries around 80% of the water, and these eastern rivers that are in a share of India, I think, they carries only 20% water. So now India thought about to reassess the whole treaty, and they just want to say like our needs has increased, that our population demography has changed, and I think so many challenges we are facing right now. I had to pause my video as my son is disturbing me. So yeah, I was talking about the water distribution between India and Pakistan, and one more thing like in between, I think this plain, if we talk about the Punjab region and some part of Sindh and some part of northern India, I think Indus, and I think our whole two subcontinent's economy is majorly based on agriculture. So it is very important for both the nations, and it is having some of the fertile land around these rivers, and it is really very big chunk. It produces like a big chunk of their agricultural part. So my son disturbed me, so I had to pause the video. And okay, let's start again. So I was talking about the water distribution and about the Indus Water Treaty. Main thing is that even Pakistan and India both are dependent on majorly agriculture. So it became very crucial to have proper water for their agricultural needs. Now, what happened that time? Like uh, there were rules in this treaty. Like India cannot alter, or India cannot store the water of western rivers. That is Indus, Chenab, and Jhelum. So India cannot. India can make hydroelectric project, but the river should be in a running form, and it can just like cannot consume water. That was the main thing in the in that treaty. But even after following all the rules of treaty, even after being very honest, and even after being very cooperative on this treaty, so yes, India has been very cooperative. And what did do Pakistan in turn? Actually, India has, and as India being the upper Riparian, India can hold its water, it can alter the waterways. Suppose if it was China, in the same situation with, like between China and Pakistan, and India and China, so China must have stopped the water. It have altered the ways, and it have done anything, all these things, whatever it wanted. But India, being very honest, India has never done anything to Pakistan. Even after Pakistan fought so many wars, even after Pakistan has supported the terrorist attacks in India, and all these, the border tension, it has increased for India all the time. It has just like stepped into the back of India. But even after that, India has never done anything that was very dishonest or very uncooperative, uh, uh, uncooperative to Pakistan. But now I think India has like taken a strong stance that if we have the source of rivers, if we are upper riparian, we our needs are increasing, our population is increasing, we have to think about our own economy and our own agriculture. So we are going to use it. We are going to alter, or we can use it. I don't know whether they are whether they will use or alter it, but India has sent a notice at least that we will have to Pakistan will have to come on the table and they will have to talk about it. Camera. So it's a formal notice that India sent, and now Pakistan is in tension. And I think Pakistan will go to the international forums. Actually, when this treaty was happened, World Bank has mediated between it, so it will go and it will talk about it like India is violating the terms of treaty, and it will talk bad about India as usually it happens. And Pakistan has been doing this for years, so it's not a new thing. Even if India hasn't done anything to Pakistan, it has always ways it criticizes India about its own problems, which has no role uh, involved of Indian country. So yes. So one thing for sure that Pakistan will have to be very humble while we are letting go these streams flow into their region. I think it has to be humble, and it has to say thanks to India that yes, you are letting these streams flow in our region, and all the prosperity, all the agriculture, and all the economy. Majorly, Pakistan's economy is also agricultural economy, and a major chunk is dependent on the Indus basin, on Indus River, its tributaries. So yes, and now let's see what happened. And I will be making videos on different issues. So for today, it's enough.